My name is David Blackwell. I've been with Multicare now since 2000.
And my name is Yana Trifamico. I'm a Dietary 3. I started October 14, 2011. A Dietary Aide is helping patients with food. They're on a cardiac diet and they don't have no idea what it is. You got to tell them that the cardiac diet is low sodium, low fat. You're helping them order their meals based on like how much they're allowed to have per meal, and you're at the same time you're helping nurses, like this patient ordered, they need their blood sugar checked.
A typical day would consist of usually about 40 patients, maybe a little bit more, each ranging from different diet types, whether it's regular or cardiac or dysphagia or advanced or whatever. So different types of a variety of diets. And we just want to, of course, help the patient be able to order exactly what it is that is specified in the menu to their liking. So, of course, some things we can kind of tweak a little bit. So we try to do whatever we can to make them feel at home.
You got to know your diets. You got to have great communication skills with the nurses.
Patience. Patience. It would take a person that has a great amount of heart for wanting to make sure that the patient is treated like their family.
You gotta have good customer service skills, so like you gotta have a good attitude about it. Like you can't just come in hating your job. You gotta like smile and like be presentable. Somebody might be having a bad day. You gotta like come in there with a smile, like kind of help them cheer up.
Some of the biggest challenges is basically making sure that the food is to their liking, of course, and the way it looks. It's sort of like one of those things when you look on the menu and the food looks really good on the plate, but when you get it, we want to make sure it looks just like it is that they can imagine. And because of course we want them to be well, want them to get healed and whatnot. So that's one of the biggest challenges. The other is making sure that we're able to provide the service that we say we're going to get, whether that's 45 minutes before the food gets to them, whether or not the order has been correctly made over the phone, or either I put it in through the computer or whatnot. We just want to make sure that it's exactly delivered on time and that is pleasing to the sight as well as to the palate.
A lot of times you can have, like, for me personally, like you'll have 4 different diets on one person, and so you're like, whoa, where do I start, like which one? So you got to know there could be on a regular, a soft blend, a renal, and like sodium restricted, and you're like, oh my goodness, where do I start? Okay, so you're watching their sodium and you're watching their potassium, you're watching their fat. You got to like know how to keep within the same amount and like what they're doing. Multicare is really, I love Multicare. They work with my schedule. Like my supervisors are super flexible with my schedule. I can work in the morning, I can go to school right after and like go on with my day in the evening, go to church, go to choir, whatever I got to do. They will always work with my schedule. They will always, I go to school, so they financially help me. They reimburse my tuition every time I finish my quarter. This will help me, like, if you're going in the medical field, you can always work your way up and like becoming wherever you want to be. Like you get to know nurses, you get to know doctors, and like someone will always put in a good word for you here and there. And like, I love Multicare.
But the people are really good, and you can tell that that Multicare cares. I love the idea of being better connected, not just innovatively, but also with the resources that you need. They'll send you trainings that you can go to, and of course there's opportunities for growth, where school and stuff like that. So it's a good company. I
started off as a dietary too. I had no idea. I had no knowledge of diets. I knew my customer service skills. I worked for Quiznos for like 3 years prior to this. I had no idea. I completely started in the dish room. I worked my way up. I like got to know everybody, and then they taught me my diets. I now work on the floors with nurses and doctors, and like I see different patients every day, and everybody comes with their own different story. And like Multicare gives you an ability to grow. Like I started from the bottom. Like I'm all the way up here. Like I plan on going to school to be a nurse. So eventually, I know nurses. I can like have somebody say a good word for me or stuff.